Hey guys, how are you all doing? Okay, now if you have been watching my videos for like some time, you would have noticed that I have been writing a story on Wattpad.com. I know it's a website that's often been called like a website filled with fan fictions and shit like that, like really cringeworthy stuff. And but this story that I was working on, it's nothing like that at all. So don't think of it as some sort of it's like a One Direction and Justin Bieber Twilight fan fiction, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I just want to say that. But anyways, this is for those of you that just subscribe to this channel and have never heard of this until just now. This is the name of the title of the story. Halt, the Forbidden States of America. I have been working on this story for 3.5 years. I first started writing this story when I was 16, in August of 2014. Like I said, I was 16. And I thought it was like a really good story and like a great concept. So unlike other stories that I made before this one, where I would just like give up and delete the whole thing like after a week or two of writing it, this one I actually continued, and just recently I finally finished it. After 3.5 years of writing this damn story, I'm finally finished with it. And honestly, now that I'm 20 years old and I've understood how stories are made better, I've come to realize that this story that I've wrote on Wattpad.com is, I wouldn't go as far as to say that's absolutely terrible. It's just that it's not absolutely good either. Like, I'm not so sure if I should go into full detail, but basically it's this. It takes place in a dystopian future where the United States lost World War III, and the country that used to be the United States has been split up into four nations. There's the United States, which is much a smaller nation now. The United Fascist American States, the Union of the United North American Kingdoms, and the United Democratic Republics. The United States is a capitalist republic. The United North American Kingdoms is monarchy, like the British Kingdom. Of course, the United Fascist American States is fascist, and the United Democratic Republics is communist. It's like a dystopian future. It's a little bit like 1984, except lots of shit going down, and this takes place in the Halt season, the season where the Earth stops rotating and electricity goes out for like the time that's around 3 months. And here's the funny thing. I started, sorry, I started realizing that this story was not that good. Like after a year and a half since after I already started it. So like around early 2016-ish. But it was too late. I've already been like 40 chapters. I've already wrote 40 chapters. I don't want to delete it all because it'll be like you just spend a lot of time writing these chapters and you're just gonna delete them. So I'm not gonna deal with that bullshit. So I continued writing. There's been a lot of trial and error because I was busy with my own stuff, like my own life, and also education and stuff. But after 3.5 years of writing, I finally finished this last month. In fact, I didn't make a video about it because I was too busy with other stuff. Me and my family just got back from New York. So, yeah. I live in California, by the way. So, oh, fuck. Sorry. And, like I said, it's not that much of a great story. I mean, I might brag a little bit. I wouldn't say that's terrible either. It's just not as good as I thought it would be. I thought it was a great idea when I was 16, but now that I'm 20 and I've come up with better ideas, this one seems like the worst of the bunch. And I'm planning to be a screenwriter, so this is going to be the only book or the only story that I'm going to do. And if you have been watching my videos, you would know that not only I was doing this, but I was also doing another story called Industrial Combat. It takes place in Beijing, China in the year 1999, like 7 years after the collapse of the People's Republic of China, like a month after the Soviet Union collapsed as well. I like the concept of that story, so that's why I wrote it. But the thing is that I've realized that I made a huge mistake. I didn't think of the story all the way that through. So because of that, writing Industrial Combat was really difficult. I just didn't want to put through all that crap. So I decided, last February, I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to delete the entire thing. So I did. Industrial Combat has been cancelled, leaving Halt, the Forbidden States of America, the only story that I have released. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I finished it. I'm very happy about it. Although I'm not really that excited because I've decided to become a screenwriter. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna be doing this my entire life. I just do this for shits and giggles because I was bored. In fact, here's another thing. This story, is a mistake. Like I said, I did this. The reason why I started writing this was because I was bored. This wasn't really what I wanted to do my entire life. I originally wanted it to be a director, but then I realized that was too difficult for me, so I decided to become a screenwriter, which is much easier than being a director and a novelist. So I started writing this story out of pure boredom. I liked the concept of it, so I kept on going. And even when I realized that that the story wasn't really that good, I kept on going anyways, because like I said, I've already wrote like 40 chapters at that point, and I didn't want to delete it all, because that would be like a waste of time, of all the time that I used writing those chapters. So I kept on going, and now that's finally finished. I'm once again happy, just not really that thrilled, because like I said, this really isn't my best story idea, but at least I have, at least this is now ready for you guys to read if you want. Don't expect too much of it. I mean, it's Wattpad, so of course you should not be expecting a lot from it, but this is it. And yeah, I shared it on Twitter. So, and I've also entered it in the Watties of 2018. We'll just see how this will do. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, then that's fine as well. So that's all I gotta say. I'll put the link to this in the description for you guys to check out. So if you want to check it out, then go ahead and do it. That's fine. Well, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.